In this episode, I've rounded up the hottest news from the world of tech and AI. Synthesia just rolled out version 3.0, with built-in video agents you can actually talk to inside a video. Google DeepMind introduced AlphaEvolve, a system that's pushing new discoveries in theoretical computer science. Chinese company Anker announced it will pay users for footage from their security cameras, and Elon Musk officially became the first person in history worth over $500 billion. Perplexity opened up access to its Comet browser. All that and more in today's roundup. Stick around till the end so you don't miss anything. Synthesia has rolled out its updated platform, Synthesia 3.0. The biggest change is the arrival of video agents you can actually interact with inside a video. They can run job interviews, host training sessions, or onboard new employees in real time, turning the platform into more than just a video maker. It's now a communication tool. AI avatars also got a major upgrade. They no longer just read text. They move and speak almost like real actors, complete with facial expressions, gestures, and perfectly synced speech. All it takes is a single photo to create a character and drop them into any setting, whether it's a business presentation, an ad, or an educational video. The company says that next year it will launch a feature called Copilot, which will be able to write scripts, connect to knowledge bases, and help assemble a finished video from start to finish. Essentially, it's a step toward letting AI handle the entire content creation process. The new version comes with a free trial that lets users generate up to 3 minutes of video per month. With this update, Synthesia is aiming to make video content creation easier and more accessible for both businesses and individual creators. Artificial intelligence is slowly moving beyond being just a tool for applied tasks, and is starting to take an active role in fundamental science. Google DeepMind has introduced AlphaEvolve, a language model-based agent that doesn't just generate code or text, but actually helps uncover new mathematical structures. The focus here is on theoretical computer science, a field where rigorous proofs are everything, and even the smallest error makes the result worthless. Until now, neural networks were mostly used for programming challenges or competition math. But when it came to proving new theorems or finding universally valid structures, their success was limited. Researchers at DeepMind have shown that with AlphaEvolve, it's possible to build so-called gadgets, finite constructions that can be slotted into existing proof frameworks and automatically strengthen them. The process is called lifting. A local improvement in a small piece of reasoning can raise the entire theoretical result to a higher level. One breakthrough involved the max-4 cut problem, dividing the nodes of a graph into 4 groups to maximize the edges between them. It's a classic NP-hard problem, and approximation algorithms have been studied for decades. AlphaEvolve designed a new, more intricate gadget that improved the best-known approximation bound. The improvement may look tiny, measured in thousandths, but in complexity theory, such steps mark real progress. Another achievement came from studying average case hardness. The team explored how difficult it is to certify properties of random graphs, which led them to the hunt for extremal Ramanujan graphs. Until now, only small cases had been discovered. AlphaEvolve managed to find much larger examples, pushing forward theoretical limits and bringing researchers closer to understanding what's computationally possible in this domain. What makes these results stand out is their verified correctness. AlphaEvolve doesn't output full proofs. Instead, it suggests new building blocks. Their validity is then confirmed by computer checks. Remarkably, the system sped up verification nearly 10,000 times, making it possible to handle far more complex structures than before. This work shows that AI can already act as a genuine partner in mathematics. At the same time, it highlights the key challenge. Verification will remain the bottleneck, since in math there are no shades of gray. A statement is either true or false. Still, AlphaEvolve proves that AI can expand the boundaries of human knowledge today, and may one day stand alongside researchers as a co-author of fundamental theorems. Chinese tech company Anker, best known for its Eufy security cameras, has been paying users for their footage. Each video was worth $2, and staging a car break-in could earn up to $80. The clips were collected to train artificial intelligence systems, designed to better detect car thieves and package pirates. Owners of Eufy cameras were encouraged to submit both real incidents and staged scenarios. According to the company, such data helps algorithms learn what to look for. From December 2024 through February 2025, more than 100 users took part in the program. Anker had aimed to gather 20,000 videos, but never disclosed whether the target was met, how much money was actually paid, or if the footage was deleted once the AI training was complete. The company also asked customers to share recordings from its baby monitors, though in that case no compensation was offered, raising further questions about privacy and trust. For Anker, the initiative was meant to show that users could not only protect their homes with cameras, but also profit from the data they generate. Still, the program highlights serious concerns around privacy and security. Back in 2023, it was revealed that Eufy camera streams accessed through the company's web portal weren't encrypted, and Anker admitted it had misled customers before pledging to fix the issue. The project underscores how companies are increasingly willing to pay for user data to improve AI. But for consumers, the big question remains: can they really trust that their footage will be used only to train algorithms and not end up somewhere it shouldn't? Elon Musk has officially become the first person in history with a net worth exceeding $500 billion. According to Forbes, his fortune reached $500 billion after a sharp surge in Tesla's stock price. Since April, the company's shares have nearly doubled in value. The key reason, analysts say, is Musk's decision to wind down side projects with the government, step away from cryptocurrency hype, and focus his full attention on Tesla. The rally came as a surprise to many on Wall Street. Not long ago, analysts were predicting falling sales, boycotts, and even the collapse of Musk's empire. But the tide has turned. Investors once again believe in Tesla, which is pushing forward with its own battery production, upgraded autopilot software, and a slate of next-generation models. Another major factor is the anticipation of the Optimus humanoid robot and Tesla's in-house chips designed for artificial intelligence. The gap between Musk and other billionaires has become enormous. In second place on the Forbes list is Jeff Bezos, with around $220 billion, followed by Bernard Arnault at $210 billion. Neither has ever come close to the $500 billion mark. Even accounting for Tesla's volatility, reaching this milestone is seen as a symbolic breakthrough. Experts point out that Musk's fortune is not just about Tesla's market cap. Investors are betting on his ability to turn reputation and vision into entirely new industries. From space exploration and clean energy to biotechnology and AI, Musk is increasingly viewed not just as an entrepreneur, but as an asset class of his own, one that could grow alongside the technologies of the future. The startup Thinking Machines Lab, founded by former OpenAI researchers, has unveiled its first product, a tool called Tinker. The platform is designed to automate the process of building and fine-tuning custom AI models. According to the company's CEO, Mira Murati, Tinker will make it easier for researchers and developers to experiment with models and bring advanced AI capabilities to a much wider audience. Today, fine-tuning open-source models is already common among major companies and academic labs, but it usually requires huge computing resources and complex infrastructure. Teams often need to rent or buy GPU clusters, manage them, and ensure stability and efficiency throughout large-scale training runs. Tinker aims to change that. The tool simplifies much of the technical workload, while still giving users full control over their data and algorithms, making the process accessible, not just to enterprises and labs, but also to independent enthusiasts. OpenAI veteran John Schulman noted that the system abstracts away the heavy details of distributed training without removing users' ability to manage key parameters. In his view, Tinker unlocks capabilities that used to be available only to the largest players in the industry. Researchers at Princeton and Stanford are already using Tinker, training models capable of tackling tasks in mathematics and chemistry. The tool leverages LoRa to lower costs by sharing computing resources across multiple training runs. It also comes with its own API and an open-source library called Tinker Cookbook, offering modern implementations of post-training methods. Together, these features make the platform powerful, yet user-friendly. For now, Tinker remains in closed beta and is available for free, though the team plans to announce pricing in the coming weeks. Murati, who spent more than 6 years at OpenAI and even briefly served as interim CEO during a leadership shakeup, says her new mission isn't about chasing artificial superintelligence, but about building adaptable systems tailored to real business and scientific needs. Early testers report that Tinker is both more powerful and more convenient than existing alternatives. Thinking Machines Lab believes that this kind of personalized, task-specific AI is where the future of the industry truly lies. IBM has unveiled its new Granite 4.0 family of open-source language models, ranging from 3 to 32 billion parameters. All versions are released under the Apache 2.0 license and support a long context window of 128,000 tokens, making them suitable for handling large documents and complex text analysis tasks. The key feature of Granite 4.0 is its hybrid architecture. It combines traditional transformer attention layers with Mamba state space models, which reduces memory demands and speeds up processing of long sequences without a noticeable loss in quality. According to IBM, this mix makes the models far more practical for real-world applications. The first release, Granite 4.0 H Small, is already available on Replicate at a cost of $0.06 per million input tokens and $0.25 per million output tokens. All other versions can be downloaded from Hugging Face, where IBM regularly publishes its AI projects. That accessibility is meant to give both researchers and companies an easier path to experimentation and deployment. Benchmark results show that Granite 4.0 H Small scored 23 points on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, which aggregates 10 rigorous tests. That puts it well above the earlier Granite 3.38b, and even slightly ahead of Google's Gemma 327b, which scored 22. The more compact Granite 4.0 Micro, with 3 billion parameters, also performed strongly, edging out Gemma 3.4b. Researchers highlighted the model's token efficiency as one of their strongest advantages. To complete the benchmark suite, Granite 4.0 H Small generated about 5.2 million output tokens, while Micro produced 6.7 million. Both figures are lower than most open models up to 40B parameters, which directly translates into reduced operating costs. IBM emphasizes that Granite 4.0's combination of long context capabilities and lighter compute requirements makes it especially useful for knowledge extraction and retrieval augmented generation. And with its open license and support for fine-tuning techniques like LoRa, companies can adapt the models to their own domains while maintaining control over data and performance. Google has officially launched the final version of its image generation model, Gemini 2.5. Flash Image, also known by its internal nickname, Nano Banana. The model is now in general availability, meaning it's ready for use not just in testing, but in real-world production. The new release brings more than just speed and stability improvements. One of the biggest updates is support for 10 different image aspect ratios. Users can now generate visuals in formats ranging from cinematic widescreen to the square and vertical dimensions favored on social media. This makes it easier to create content that fits any platform without extra editing. Another important change is the ability to output images only, without any accompanying text. For developers using the API, this means fewer tokens consumed and lower costs. Gemini 2.5 Flash Image is now available through the Gemini app, in Google AI Studio, and on Vertex AI for enterprise users. Pricing starts at $0.039 per image. Beyond these technical details, Google emphasizes that Nano Banana is designed to unlock new creative possibilities. The model can not only generate fresh images, but also edit existing ones with natural language prompts, blend multiple visuals, and maintain consistent characters and styles across an entire story. In other words, it's a tool for visual storytelling, not just image generation. Early adopters are already putting the model to use, Game studios are generating characters and scenes on the fly during play sessions, while creative tool developers are solving complex challenges like accurately rendering poses and camera angles. With the shift to full production, Google expects Nano Banana to power an even broader range of apps, services, and experiments at the intersection of AI and visual creativity. Perplexity has officially wrapped up testing of its Comet browser. Until recently, it was only available to a limited group of users, but now anyone can download it on Windows or Mac OS. At first glance, Comet looks like a standard browser, but its real difference lies in built-in AI features. You can talk to the AI directly through the address bar, by typing a question and getting not just links, but actual answers. There's also an assistant function, a built-in helper that analyzes the content of the page you're viewing and assists with specific tasks. It can translate text, create summaries, or provide extra context. The way Comet works depends on the content you're browsing. On Google Maps, for example, the assistant can build a route that includes as many tourist attractions as possible based on your preferences. In email, it can sort incoming messages and even reply automatically if you give it permission. In online shopping, it can help with purchases, while in other cases, it can organize your calendar or even generate simple websites. According to Perplexity's team, Comet's potential will continue to grow. On the one hand, the browser itself is evolving. On the other, the community is constantly finding new ways to take advantage of its built-in AI. That makes Comet more than just another browser. It's shaping up to be a full-fledged tool that brings artificial intelligence into everyday online life. Astronomers are raising the alarm. A 55-meter asteroid known as 2024 YR4 is on a path that could bring it dangerously close to Earth. Scientists have calculated its trajectory and estimate that in 7 years, it has about a 4% chance of hitting the Moon and a 0.3% chance of colliding with Earth. Those numbers may sound small, but in the world of space threats, they're alarmingly high. Because of that, experts are already discussing drastic measures, including the possibility of blowing it up with a nuclear device. For the first time, what once seemed like the plot of a sci-fi movie is edging into reality. If the projections hold, humanity may have to test its ability to defend the planet from a cosmic threat. NASA is already studying possible reconnaissance and interception missions, which could mark the first real steps toward building a planetary defense system. To most people, it sounds like the script of Armageddon. But for scientists, it's a very real challenge, one where the stakes could be the safety of the Earth itself. In the coming years, we'll find out whether humanity is truly ready for a direct confrontation with outer space danger. Google has rolled out new versions of its Gemini 2.5 Flash and Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite models, designed to make everyday tasks faster and more efficient. The flagship Flash model now handles multi-step tasks more smoothly and has improved its performance on the SWE Bench verified programming benchmark, moving from 48.9% to 54%. The lighter flashlight version has become better at following instructions, recognizing images and audio, and producing shorter, clearer responses. Another key upgrade is efficiency. Gemini 2.5 Flash can cut token usage by up to 24%, while Flashlight reduces it by as much as 50%. This makes the models not only smarter, but also more cost-effective for developers and businesses. The official release is available in Google AI Studio and Vertex AI, where they're listed as Gemini Flash Latest and Gemini Flash Lite Latest. Both are free to use through the web interface, while API access is priced between 10 cents and 30 cents per million input tokens, and 40 cents to $2.50 per million output tokens, depending on the version. In addition, the Google Gemini app has been updated with the new Flash model. It now helps students with homework, formats answers more neatly, and recognizes images more reliably. The trade-off is that the free version of the app comes with a smaller context window of 32,000 tokens, compared to the 1 million tokens available in the paid subscription. With these updates, Google is making clear that it wants Gemini to be faster, cheaper, and more accessible to a wide range of users. Perplexity has announced the launch of its new Search API, opening up the same large-scale infrastructure that powers its public answer engine to developers everywhere. The company says this move is aimed at giving programmers direct access to hundreds of billions of web pages through a single interface, making it possible to build smarter and faster AI-driven tools. The promise behind this release is both technical and philosophical. For years, major search providers have guarded their indexes as proprietary assets, leaving developers with limited options for programmatic access to the web. Perplexity positions its Search API as an alternative that combines scale, accuracy, and freshness. The system doesn't just return documents. It breaks them into smaller, more meaningful pieces, ranks them against queries, and delivers the most relevant snippets directly. That, the company argues, means less work for developers and more immediate value for users. Accuracy and trust have been core themes for Perplexity since its launch, and the API reflects that. The company has designed its indexing pipelines to minimize staleness, processing tens of thousands of updates every second. By doing so, Perplexity aims to offer results that are not only comprehensive, but also up to the moment. The underlying system uses AI to parse the messiness of the open web and refine its own methods through continuous feedback from millions of user queries. The company also highlights performance and affordability. Alongside the API, it has released an open-source evaluation tool that allows researchers and developers to compare search engines head-to-head. According to Perplexity, its system consistently leads in both speed and relevance, while coming in at a lower cost than rivals. To make integration easier, the launch includes a developer console, documentation, and a software development kit that can cut the time from idea to prototype down to less than an hour. Perplexity frames this as the next step in its mission to democratize access to knowledge. The firm built its reputation on helping everyday users get trustworthy answers. Now it hopes to empower a much larger audience, the developers who are shaping the next wave of AI applications. By handing them tools built for the modern web, Perplexity is betting that its API will become the backbone for a new generation of intelligent systems. Tencent has unveiled Hunyuan3D-Omni, the first model in the industry designed to generate 3D objects with multi-control guidance. Essentially, it's like a control net for 3D, allowing multiple sources of input to guide generation, and fixing the common problem of warped geometry or distorted shapes in existing systems. The new technology builds on the open-source Hunyuan3D 2.1 model, but Tencent has significantly expanded its capabilities. At its core is a unified control encoder that can merge different types of data into one representation. Another key upgrade is a progressive training strategy that helps the system remain stable, even when handling the most complex generation tasks. Users can now guide object creation through an image or a quick sketch, which is especially useful for animation and avatar design. The model also supports point clouds derived from depth data, improving geometric realism. With bounding box control, creators can set exact dimensions for length, width, and height. Voxel control further enables shaping the topology of a model, opening the door for both engineering projects and creative experiments. In practice, Hunyuan3D-Omni makes 3D generation a more reliable and controllable process. This is crucial in industries where the quality of 3D assets matters most, from film and gaming to architecture, robotics, and industrial design. Most importantly, Tencent has released the model fully open source, including both the code and weights. That means Hunyuan3D-Omni could become the foundation for a new wave of community-driven tools and accelerate the accessibility and development of 3D generation technology.